Hey, brothers and sisters, I want to encourage y'all today. Man, I want to encourage y'all. I want to encourage y'all so intimately and deeply, like for your soul, not some shallow, not trying to knock certain ways or people, but not some shallow. I'm not trying to meet you in the shallow right now. I'm not trying to find you there. God says deep calls on to deep. Deep calls on to deep. I'm trying to meet somebody that's in it. You're just deep in it. Whatever it is. It could be all kinds of depths. It could be the miry pit. That's like a hole in the ground, a ditch. Like imagine just a 10-foot hole you're in, and it just stormed for 5 days straight, and it's just straight mud. You're trying to climb out of it, but you can't because it's just muddy. You can't get what's called a foothold. You can't get your foot on a ledge to push up and then your fingers to grab a little nudge because it's all just mud. That's one type of deep. But then you got the other deep of the complete contrast of that. Of God's goodness, of His holiness, of His sovereignty over everything, over all things, over your whole life, over your entire life, over the existence of you in your mother's womb, all the way to right now, of Him knowing the number of hairs on your head, meticulously being able to articulate that your hair follicles or whatnot went from 8,312 to 8,311 because He just saw a hair fall off, to the finalization of your life here being you were predestined, the elect, to seeing the day and knowing the day and hour you'll die because He's appointed times for all of us. So we went from before, meaning you're in the mother's womb, to current, right now you're here, to the end, and Him being in all of it and having it all known and authorized and finalized in His full authority, and He has not been usurped. And this is important to understand. He has not been usurped, meaning His power hasn't been stolen from Him or taken from Him. He has no rival. There is no rival. There is no enemy. Now, one could be like, whoa, this sounds like heresy or blasphemy because we know there's the adversary. But to Him, there is no enemy. He has no one. There is no competition. Even in Revelation, when it comes back, when He comes in, He just speaks and the devil's toast. Just His glory, His illumination alone obliterates the adversary. This is a no competition. It really is a no competition. I say this because we're going through these seasons where we're trying to learn this. And not just in theology, not just in your mind. You're trying to learn this in your character. And why I say character is because you have to go through suffering in order for that to happen. He says, rejoice in your suffering because suffering brings endurance, and endurance brings character. That's who you are. And as you go through these sufferings, you wonder, why do I keep going through these repetitive cycles and seasons of the same thing? You notice the same people with the same spirit and the same problem. It happened when you moved from this state to that country. It happened when you left that job and went to that job. And why is it always the same thing, you ask? But yet you see it repetitively because He's like, I haven't finished what I want to build in you yet. I haven't finished sculpting and molding what I want to mold in you. He says you are the clay, He is the potter, and He can do whatever He sees fit. And He's doing that because He's God. And He's molding you in a way that you might not understand. And you might wonder why when you push back and you buck back and try to form back in your old way and pattern, that He represses down again to reform the new formation He's trying to do in you. And you're wondering, what the heck? Every time I try to go back to my old form, an old self, an old way, I get busted up, beaten, and pressure, and just this weight comes on me. That's because He's re-sculpting you into this new form and figure that He wants to create. But to you, it's foreign. Because you've always been this old form, this old self, this old way. But He says, Can you not perceive this thing that I'm about to do? I'm about to do a new thing in you. A new thing. This isn't an old thing. This is a new thing. Something you've never been before. Something you've never done before. And he says, I will make a way in the wilderness. I will make water in the desert. He's trying to tell you, I'm about to do a new thing. A metamorphosis. A caterpillar to the chrysalis or cocoon. And you're in that isolation and you're in that season to an entirely new thing. Transformation. Boom, butterfly. You ain't never been a butterfly before. You don't even know what it's like to be a butterfly. You don't even know how to process the aspects of what butterflies even do, because you ain't never even been it. You might have seen other ones every now and then when you were in your caterpillar, when you were crawling and eating dust and dirt and struggling leaf by leaf, trying to just get your food and not get killed by a bird or somebody step on you. And you might have seen caterpillars, but you don't know what it's like to be. I mean, you might have seen butterflies, but you don't know what it's like to be a butterfly. And he's like trying to tell you, in this season, I'm going to make and do something new in you. Can you not perceive the thing I'm about to do? I'm about to do a new thing. I'm about to make a way in the wilderness, water in the desert. Once again, you might have seen butterflies, but now you're about to be the butterfly. But this is important to understand, because see, before you even become the butterfly, the revelation has to have already hit. And I say this in a way that it's only believe. Don't be afraid, but only believe. It's Abraham. I'm going to sacrifice my son, and it don't even matter that I kill him, because God's going to resurrect him. That's the faith Abraham had. Abraham didn't even have to sacrifice his son, but he was already fully persuaded before the sacrifice that it doesn't matter. My son is going to live. Period. That was his conclusion. He's like, my son's going to be alive. Ultimately, he didn't have to sacrifice him, but that was his mindset already. Caterpillar, you're in your cocoon, you're in your chrysalis. Isolation, aka, that's what it is. You're in your isolation. I'm going to be a butterfly. Stated, this is before you've even broken out of the cocoon or the chrysalis. Mind you, when you're in that cocoon, you got pressure around you. That thing's got you engulfed. It's keeping you isolated. It's keeping you in. You might want to get out, but you can't get out. And then, mind you, on top of this, you might have your wings, and you need the strength of your wings to start to expand and grow in order to literally bust out of the cocoon. But while you're trying to expand your wings and bust out of the cocoon, you're getting opposition via the cocoon. And you're wondering, why is this so difficult to break out? Because it's just like weight training or resistance training. He is trying to strengthen your wings, because soon he knows you are going to fly. And because you're going to fly, you can't have average and or weak wings. You need to have strong wings. So I'm going to make this cocoon stupid strong. So while you press out of it, you're really getting this incredible resistance training the entire time. And that's why you can't break out of it for a while. Because he's like, I got to build him up. 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 Because why? When he breaks out of this cocoon, he's not going to fly just like maybe even an average butterfly, but like an incredible flying, soaring through the sky butterfly. And so each one of us have our own calling and our own purpose and our own appointed times. But I say this nonetheless to pull all the way back to there's an appointed season for it all. And he knows what you're going to be, when you're going to be it, and how you're going to be it. Right now, all you have to do is believe. He says, don't be afraid, but only believe. Only believe. And that's so cool of a verse, because it gives you the diversities of whatever his calling is for you intimately. Don't be afraid. Only believe. Another verse. He says, against all hope, yet he still hoped. Yes, I know your hope is gone, but yet not. It's the paradoxes of God. How can you be sorrowful but yet joyful at the same time? How can you have nothing yet everything at the same time? So yes, I acknowledge what's going on, that you don't have no hope. But yes, acknowledge that you still against all hope have hope. Acknowledge that you have nothing, but yet at the same time acknowledge that you have everything. Acknowledge that you have sorrow, but yet at the same time acknowledge that you have joy. This is the way the fight works. It works in you believing regardless. And what that looks like in the manifestation of you actually believing in the faith is works. I'm going to prepare myself as if I already am this. Period. And I'm going to operate at that standard, even though I don't got it and there's no signs of it yet. But I'm doing it. And by you doing it, it's you showing that you really do believe. Faith without works is dead. I'll show you my faith by my works.